Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are starting the official Halloween manicures. This is I'm a Fucking Queen by Bee's Knees Lacquer. This is a peach to gold to green all the way over to blue shimmer base with some small blue metallic flakes. This is another older polish from before the BKL rebrand. In the bottle, the golden shift of the base is the most unmistakable color, and it will be easy to see on the nail, but the green and the blue have an equal weight to it. You will see them as much as you will see the gold. You're only seeing it from one angle in the LEDs. In the first coat, you're really only seeing that gold shift with just a little bit of peach or goldenrod. The tiny blue metallic flakes are starting to build up. They don't shift, but I do like the tiny pops of stable color because the base is entirely shimmer. This particular polish might be too busy with a shifting flake as well. My brain registers this polish as just slightly unnerving. It's not a Halloween color per se, but I feel like I have an emotional reaction to it that matches the feeling of the holiday. Disquieted. So I like to wear it around this time of year. This is one of the few times of year that I feel like wearing very particular polishes. That doesn't mean I can't wear them at other times of year, just that they become particularly appealing to me at Halloween. I feel like I should also report in on the dapping dish. It's great. I've spilled 0 acetone since buying one. I got a set of 2 quite small ones with little glass covers. The tops don't completely stop the acetone from evaporating, but it does slow it down. I like to keep the cap on while I'm waiting between coats. If I don't happen to use all the liquid for cleanup, I can just pour the excess back into my bottle. So it has helped me out quite a bit. Now, if I'm honest, I wouldn't wear this polish in one. I just feel like I can see through the shimmer a little too well. I feel like a more full shimmer look is what I want. And I'd like more of those little blue flakes. So normally when I am not on camera, I wear this in 2 coats, but we are in the paranoia phase and we are going to 3. For the second coat, it is harder now to see my nail line. My skin tone can't be seen as easily through the polish. After that second coat, I do feel like you can see the green shift just a little bit, but you're still seeing the gold, the more of a goldenrod color, and that sort of peachy tone. Again, we are sort of missing out on the green and the blue inside, but you will see it in the full hand shot. Now, I do want to mention this won't dry with any texture. This won't need a smoothing top coat. However, those metallic flakes operate a little bit like glitter in that they are slightly harder to remove than your average component in a nail polish. You're not going to be sitting there scrubbing away forever, but it will take just slightly more effort than a cream would. These flakes are thinner and more flexible than your average glitter, so it's much easier for the acetone to get underneath them. In 3 coats, I'm calling this opaque. You're going to see when we get to the cute little wiggle the thumb movements. At extreme angles, you can still see through to the nail plate, but with the amount of flakes and shimmer in this, I don't notice that in the real world. I had to create this weird artificial viewing of the nail for you to be able to see through. It might be an opacity imposter, but I'll take it. I really enjoy these polishes with just a shimmer base and a flake or sometimes a glitter in them. I realize there's only so many that can be made because there aren't that many shimmers out there, but they are fun. I think Bee's Knees made about 4 of these, and I only bought the one, and in retrospect, that was a mistake on my part. And we have arrived in the sunlight. You can see that pale peachy color and the golden sheen when my nails are pointed downward, but as I bring them up, you can see that radioactive green and that neon blue that I'm going to call a turquoise. It's nearly the same color as the blue flakes themselves. This is not my camera blowing out the color, this is what it looks like. Hopefully my regret for not having bought the others is now very apparent and we can all feel bad together. Inside, under the LEDs, it was muted and creepy, but it's sort of spoopy and vibrant outside in the sun. For me, this polish looks like a blue rose hedge maze, if such a thing could exist in nature. Maybe this is Jack Torrance in maze, and maybe that is why I think it is a Halloween polish. It reminds me of The Shining. In the shade, I feel like you can see why the polish is vaguely eerie. It looks like it has crepey visual texture. This is nothing in the polish, no glitter smoother, but it looks cracked and broken to me. The changes I see from the sun are a quick transition from the gold to green. I see more chartreuse in the shade, and that peach is a little sheepish. The green is now a very bright lime, where I think before it read as a little more of an emerald. The other thing this reminds me of is old-fashioned jacquard fabrics. There's something about those little blue metallic flakes that remind me of the motifs that interrupt the main color of a fabric. Inside, it looks very similar to the shade shot. I think the lime green has been tamed to more of an emerald color again. There is some indirect sunlight as I move to my left, but that blue is still looking pretty electric. The final thing this reminds me of is old-style wallpaper, the ones that had very intricate patterns but with a raised surface. You know, the fuzzy one, flocking. Wow, how many times did I just say that word into a microphone? It still does not sound like the word I mean to say. And do Victorian homes even exist in the real world if they're not just a backdrop for horror? I imagine the warmer tones of this polish representing the decaying process of that wallpaper in this old abandoned home, where the green and blue are more so the portions that still retain their original vibrancy. And that is all for today. Thank you for watching. Today's clip is through a screen because the Blue Jays showed up and I didn't have time to get the door open.